So, looking at this beautiful plate, what connection do you have with it? What can you say about this meal? Can you identify this meal? As for me, whenever I see this, I always reconnect with my dad. Yeah, it used to be his favorite. I would always remember how he sat by the fireside with my mother roasting plantain, and we would all enjoy it with palm oil and pepper. This can never leave my memory, honestly. So, this is what we are going to be using. All right, friends, we're going to be using some plantain, some yam. Just make sure your plantain is half ripe or not too ripe, and some yam. So I had to just cut my yam to make sure that they are still fresh. And here I'm going to be using some cod fish. You can use any fish of your choice. And we have some tomatoes, some pepper, leeks, spring onions, and some garlic. That is just to make a little difference. All right. Now, just give your yam some beautiful deep wounds. You want those wounds to be very deep. Yes, just give them those beautiful wounds so the heat can penetrate easily because we are going to be baking it. Since I do not have charcoal, I do not have fireside to do it traditionally. So I'm just going to put it on my baking tray and take it into my oven and let it cook. Now, while it's cooking, we're going to go ahead and score our fish. Just give them those wounds with love. You need to be loving when you're giving them those beautiful wounds, all right? And then I'm going to use some lemon. I'm just going to use some lemon juice. Now, the lemon juice will just help enhance the fragrance of your fish and make it more juicy. That's all. Then add some salt. Just season it with some salt and let it sit for a few minutes. All right. So I felt like twisting my fish seasoning and I decided to use some diced pepper, some diced garlic, smoked paprika, and leeks. As simple as that. Then I added some salt to it. You can do whatever you want. You can always play with your ingredients, all right? Once I mixed it with salt, I went ahead to add some vegetable oil. You can use vegetable oil. So I just mixed the vegetable oil and allowed it to sit. Now I'm going to go ahead and marinate my fish. Marinate my fish with the seasoning that I made. You can use any seasoning of your choice. You can marinate your fish differently. I have several recipes on how to marinate fish with different methods. All right. So just do what works for you. Just do what works for you. All right. Now our fish is there seated in a clean pot. I added some oil, enough palm oil, and I'll go in with my sliced tomatoes, sliced pepper, and sliced onions. I'm going to mix everything together and just transfer it into my pot. As simple as that. Now, if you do not have tomatoes, onions, and this pepper, it's very easy. You can just use plain palm oil. You can use plain palm oil. Just heat your palm oil, drop some oil, some salt, and some pepper, and you will love it. Now we're just transferring our sliced stuffs in there. Just give it a good stir and allow it to cook. All right. You need to get that traditional palm oil taste. So at this time, I added in my sliced leeks and my garlic. I just wanted to have a twist of it. Then I added my scotch bonnet pepper. I added two scotch bonnet pepper, stirred it and allowed it to cook. Now we're going to go ahead and peel our plantain while our tomato is cooking on the other side. So just peel your plantain. My plantain is half ripe, right? Now it's always preferable to use half ripe plantain or green plantain and very ripe plantain. So you mix both and you have that twist of sweetness and So yeah, just peel your plantains and also give them some beautiful wounds. You need to do this with love. Always remember to add love to your cooking. Always remember it's very, very important. Now let's double check our pot. I'm adding a teaspoon of crayfish because I do not want to use Maggi crevette. I'm using a teaspoon of crayfish. Just give that a stir, taste, and adjust your seasoning. And then you know, my pepper was not enough, so I needed to add this yellow pepper because we need to squeeze it. In Cameroon, we always love squeezing. You squeeze that Scotch bonnet pepper. Once you squeeze it and you extract that juice, it gives a different feeling to your meal. It takes you to another level. Now let's double check our yam. Our yam is almost ready. So I decided to put the yam first because it's harder. It's harder. So now we are at, let's say, 90% ready. Now I'll go ahead and take off the skin. This is something my dad used to do. I remember he would do this by the fireside and slap out the dust. I miss him. Yeah. All right, so we are done taking off the skin. We're going to put it back in our oven, including our plantain. So we're going to add it with the plantain. All right. Now, once you do that, just put it back into your oven and then go ahead and prep your fish. Now, we're going to put our fish on another baking tray and also transfer it into the oven. Now, they will both be cooking. They'll cook at the same time. We had to cook the yam first because yam is harder. It's very difficult to cook. All right. So I'm just, spreading some more seasoning on my fish and then I'll take it into my oven and allow it to cook. So now we're going to allow our fish to cook for a few minutes. Remember, fish doesn't take too long to cook and ripe plantain doesn't take too long to cook. So let's double check now and see it's half cooked already. We're going to flip the sides and our yam too is cooking nicely. Now let's double check our fish and it's time to flip the sides. You can see the upper side is already cooked, so we're going to flip the side and then brush it with some more seasoning and oil just to keep it fresh and juicy. All right. Now we're just going to flip the sides. It's quite hot, so you need to be very careful. It's quite hot, yeah. So just flip the sides and spread some more seasoning and then take it back to your oven and let it cook. And now at this stage, um, we are almost done. So we're transferring it there for the last round. And here we are, our fish is ready, our plantain and yams are ready, and it's about time to do what we know how to do at Chanaziz. Yes. So we're going to take off our plantains and yams and get them ready for our palm oil sauce or our palm oil. You can eat it, you can enjoy it with just palm oil, salt, and pepper. It hits very hard. So, yeah, so you can just see me cut open a yam, just break your yam in twos or fives, or this is for the family, so I'm going to break them into smaller pieces. You see me squeezing this plantain. This is a reflection of what my dad used to do. He will usually squeeze this and drop them in the bowl, and we will eat together while telling us, imaginary stories. We'll all eat together in the same bowl. Now, this is for those who say they can't eat with people in the same bowl, with their family members in the same bowl. I'm sorry, but this is something that used to happen like 30 years ago and is still fresh in my memory. It is still impactful, and there is no day I'll eat this dish without thinking of my dad. Trust me. So next, I just went ahead and poured some of that oil or tomato oil sauce, palm oil sauce on my roasted plantain and yam, and we were ready. We were ready to dig in. We were ready. It was so delicious. You can see the excitement. Mm-mm. It was so, oh, I can see you craving already. Yes, I can see you. Yeah, I can see you craving already, but I do not want to call your name. What are you waiting for? Just go ahead, grab one plantain. If you're back home, just grab a plantain, go by your fireside. If you're cooking, roast your plantain and enjoy with some palm oil, salt, and pepper. As simple as that. And you will thank me later. Now, if you're in the diaspora, you can use your oven. You can use your air fryer. I have a video where I used my air fryer to roast plantain. So yes, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And before we say goodbye, let's remember to do our random act of kindness. Bye.